are live from Snoop Dogg's compound here in Inglewood, California. This is all about the Big Three. I'm your host, Tattoo, giving you a full recap of Week 7 and looking forward into Week 8. My man T. Scott is living it up in Miami on location right now, so filling in is NBA champion Tracy Murray. Ladies and gentlemen, our Big Three guest of the week, Tri-State's Amar'e Stoudemire. And you don't want to miss this episode because a huge record was set right here at the Big Three, 33 points. Who set it off? You'll find out. My man MJ2 is in the building, and he's asking some of your favorite Big Three players some of the coolest questions. The fans, the interviews, the player of the week, the games of the week, the plays of the week. It's all going down right here on the CBS Sports Network, all about the Big Three.
I don't even know what I can say about the city. It's given so much to me. Not just myself, Quentin Richardson, who's here, he's playing in the city. Eddie, who's playing, Julian Wright. All these guys, we started here. We started, playing, the competitive grind, passionate basketball in Chicago. If it's on the south side or it's on the west side, I think that's where all of us got our game from. Allowed us to compete at a high level. Allowed us in basketball terms to pull the dog out of us. And man, this is the city. It's always a part of me, no matter what.
Anybody that know me and know me at all, they know that I rep the city to the fullest, and everything about me, every other word, I'm talking about Chicago, and I'm from here and how I love the city. So for me, every time I come home, man, it's all love. It's all love. I got great family, great friends, great memories. Everything comes from this. The person I am, I walk around the way I do, I act the way I do because I'm from Chicago. So that just sums it up.
How can you not love Chicago, man? Honestly, Michael Jordan kind of gave this place an identity. And as a kid, it made it magical for me to just, to want to, play here, be a part of the Bulls. And when I got my opportunity, I just seized it. Chicago welcomed me with open arms, even though I was on a non-guaranteed contract. The fans, they show love all the time, and that's what I appreciate. So I had to go out there and play with my heart and my soul for the fans. And just, try to bring that legacy. Play with that magic like Jordan did, and it's just something special about this place. And I love playing here. I love everything about the Chi. And I'm just I had to come back this week to play for sure. I've been down with my eye, got a fractured eye socket, but that ain't gonna stop me from coming here to play for the fans, man. They looking for Nate Robinson to come out here and play, so I'm gonna play.
Big Three, Week 7, just landed in Chicago. It's almost playoff time. The games are intense. You already know what it is, DJ Ski. I'm gonna get to work. Check this out.
I'm going with Tri-State because Amar'e Stoudemire and of course Nate Robinson, former Chicago Bulls. We're going all the way.
Power, because all about Catino Mobley.
Power. Got Birdman, but he's out. Big Baby Davis, Beeston, and Catino Mobley, you can't beat him. Whatever team has Steven Jackson on, I'll take him all day long.
Power, they hard to beat, man. They hard to beat. They looking real good, man. Catino Mobley in there, they looking real good. Yeah. Joe Johnson been lighting it up, boy. He should have retired. I guess he can still be playing in the league the way he playing.
Killer Three's gonna win the championship because they got the veteran core with Steven Jackson. You got Frank Nitti from the Drew League. Those are my two favorite players in this league, and that's why I think they're gonna take it all the way.
The Big Three was all the way live in Chicago. The fans came out. Welcome to the Chi. Ricky Davis brought his family out to the Chi. Check it out how we go one-on-one with the Davis family. And one thing all about the Big Three, it's all about family, man. I can see family, man. Family time.
Family, man. Bigger than basketball. It's bigger
You
than
gotta love it. The one and only Ricky Davis, Ghost Ballers. How great is it? Number one. 1, 2, 3, 4 boys.
Yes, sir.
Any girls?
I got one girl, yes. So
Beautiful.
5 boys, 1 girl.
Let me ask you something, man. How great is it, number one, to be out here in Chicago and being able to ball in front of your kids like this, man?
it's amazing just what Ice Cube started, man, for guys of my age. You know, for the little ones to actually get a chance to see me play, see the atmosphere, you know, see the camaraderie with the guys, and it's just amazing.
And there's a lot of changes to the Ghost Ballers. Chris Johnson now playing with Ghost Ballers. Y'all picked up Solomon Jones. Talk about it.
Yeah, man, we got some bigs now. Now, you know, me and Mike Bibby ain't got to go down there and battle with these big guys. And, you know, Chris, Solomon, they're hungry. They're ready to go. So I think we get a few wins. You know, we got some banging down inside, so I think we'll be good.
Okay, out of all your kids, who's your favorite, man?
All of them. All of them. All of them.
No, you know, I always say, man, we all got a favorite kid. We love them all the same, but you know, Bailey, I love you. You're my favorite kid. I got one favorite kid out of mine, man. Robert Hite has been balling out for Tri-State. Here's what he had to say about keeping the momentum going right here on All About the Big Three. Game-winning shot last week. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. Just want to carry that momentum into this week. We need this win. You know, trying to make the playoffs, and it's a real tight race right now. So, you know, us and Ghost Ballers have the same record, so it's a big game for us.
And it's a new look Ghost Ballers. They got Chris Johnson. They just picked up Solomon Jones. What does Tri-State got to do to win this game and make it to that playoff run?
We just got to play our game, man. Be aggressive. You know, offensively, defensively, play like we always play every week, and, you know, we'll see what happens.
Carlos Boozer was not only back in Chicago, but back with a new team, the 2018 champions, Power. Here's what the Boos had to say. You're coming from Ghost Ballers, playing with your new team, Power, man.
I'm excited, man. Obviously, they're the champs. They exude excellence out there on the court. We had a great practice yesterday. I love being in Chicago. There's no pressure. We're playing basketball.
Yo, I think it's the excitement of where we are right now in the Big Three. But what do you have to say to your former team, Ghost Ballers, man? How great was it working with those group of guys?
Yeah, man, I love those guys, especially Ricky, man. Me and Ricky go way back. He was my vet when I was a rookie in Cleveland. I got huge respect for the Iceman, George Gervin. We wouldn't be here without guys like that. So wish them the best of luck and hope they kick some butt, and we'll see them in the playoffs. Solomon
Jones is a new member of the Ghost Ballers. I got a chance to go one-on-one, and he gave me the exclusive and let us know how he got that call from the one and only Mike Bibby. Solomon Jones, Ghost Ballers, how you feeling right now, brother?
I feel pretty good, man. I'm thankful right now. I'm blessed to be here. So, you know, I've been preparing, and the opportunity came. I'm ready to go.
And how did that opportunity even come about? You know, you're sitting at home, you get a call. Well, how did that work? Give us the details on that.
Man, you know, I had talked with Mike.
Mike Bibby.
Yeah, Mike Bibby before, like a couple weeks before I got the call. It's like, hey, you know, if anything ever shake up, just remember your boy out here. And like,
you saw things shaking up a little bit in the rosters?
Just out of the blue. Like one Sunday night, I got a phone call. He said, hey, we're gonna try to pick you up. I said, well, make it happen for me, boss. And then the next day it became official.
And here you are back, Chicago, Big Three, Ghost Ballers. You got a hell of a team. What are you gonna do to add to this team to give them that fire that they need to get into those playoffs, brother?
Just help them, give them a big presence that they've been missing for majority of the season. So I just come in and just do what I do. You know what I mean? Just play basketball. We all been doing this, you know, our whole life. So just a simple game. Just come in, bring the energy, and just be a presence out there.
Big Three came out to the beautiful city of Milwaukee. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, the fans were in the building. What was Los Angeles Lakers center DeMarcus Boogie Cousins doing in Milwaukee? He was watching the Big Three.
What brought you out here to watch the Big Three today?
Just a huge fan of basketball. You know, I had a chance to play with a lot of these guys that are, you know, now part of the Big Three, and most of these guys were OGs for me, so they still get my love and support. And, you know, like I said, I just enjoy the game of basketball.
When you first heard about the Big Three starting up, obviously in its third season now, what do you think about it? And what do you think of this talent level now? I mean, it looks like these guys can jump back into the NBA.
Yeah, I love the growth of it. You know, starting to get a lot of support. The arena is full of fans. A lot of talent on the floor. A lot of guys that can still be playing in the NBA at this moment. So I love that the league is growing, and hopefully it continues to do that.
Three's company, Andre Emmett, let All About the Big Three know what he felt about being Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, Player of the Week. You got to be watching that on CBS Sports Network. You got to know that the news comes in when you're watching that on the Big Three app. How's that make you feel, bro?
It's cool, man. I mean, we getting a win, so that's the main focus. We're getting Player of the Week. It's cool. It adds a little motivation. again, winning, position ourselves for the playoffs.
And you guys got a big game against Aliens this week.
This game right here is the most important game we played ever, so we approach it like we did the last 3 and see what happens.
As far as that motivation goes, that's got to take you into another game, getting you ready to, we want to win 4 in a row. Player of the week 2 weeks in a row. Andre Emmett, you've been balling, man. You've been balling out of control.
I appreciate it. Accolades only do, they either do one or 2 things. Either you get comfortable or it turns your drive up, and it's turned my drive up every week. So I'm training harder, putting in more time, focusing in on things I need to focus on, and you see the results.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf of the Three-Headed Monsters has been down with BIG3 since day 1. I got a chance to go one-on-one with Mahmoud, and he breaks down his views, his life, and his controversy in the NBA. You guys got a new team here, the first place team, Triplets, that you guys are going up against. How do you guys run them? How do you guys stop them?
Man, look, we're going to have to try to find some way to contain Joe Johnson. He's been getting off the whole time in this league, and just do us. Not so much concerned about them, but get back to what got us to where we used to be the first year and the second year, passing the rock, being aggressive defensively, looking to attack offensively. Don't worry about the misses. If you miss, just recover, back on defense, and play hard, and hopefully we can pull this one off.
I want to bring up something that I don't know if you're comfortable talking with. If you're not, I totally understand. But, it's a story that a lot of our viewers don't know about you and the NBA league. What was your departure, the reason of why the NBA felt like, we don't want him to be a part of this league? Can you please go into detail a little bit about that, man?
Well, in brief, I took a position about 22 years ago. I didn't stand for the flag. And then I got a lot of, I was condemned for that.
And there's a lot of players today that kneel, that don't stand for the flag, and they're getting a lot of, crap for it. But this was when it was
social media. There was no social media. The networks pretty much, they control the narrative. Now you have social media, which makes a difference. Like in Kaepernick's case, which was beautiful. People came out and they voiced their opinions, and it kind of changed the dynamic a little bit. But that was something that slowly diminished my role in the NBA. Of course, you can't do it deliberately because there are lawsuits.
Is there anger or bitterness towards the league in some way, and you come here and you let it all out right here on this court, the BIG3, almost to still showcase your skills and show like, yo, man, no one can stop Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf?
Well, there was when it first happened, and some years after that, there was a lot of bitterness. But at the same time, man, my life is bigger than basketball. I love it tremendously. God has given me this talent, and I try to use it wisely. I always said it is bigger than basketball, but again, it's a tool. But the NBA has to live with itself, the decision that they made, and how they treat certain people when they take stands. And I understand it, because when you go political, you have to make an example, because you don't want everybody going political.
Right.
But at the same time, this is what makes us human. When we see things that repulse us, I think it's praiseworthy to stand up for it regardless, and I'll continue to do that, hopefully till the day I die.
Three-Headed Monsters Reggie Evans has a huge game against Triplets. Here's what he had to say about going up against Joe Johnson and Al Jefferson. The physicality of the BIG3, they're going to try to go hard on you, Reggie. You know that. So what does Reggie Evans got to do to get ready for the Triplets and these big men on their team?
Shoot, throw the ball up. That's it.
Nice.
Throw the ball up. Let's go from there. The physical aspect of it, that's me. So, I ain't worrying about that. They could be physical. Anybody could be physical. That's me. I feed off that. You know what I'm saying? So, as far like...
we know you for that.
So when you've been physical with me, you got to do it the whole game. You can't just do it at spurts. So that's the only thing about it. So you probably don't want to be too physical on me, because I'm going to do it the whole game.
Aliens Brandon Rush has been balling out, leading the BIG3 in blocks. Here's what he had to say. You guys are playing Three's Company today, and these guys have been winning games like it's no joke right now. 3 games in a row. How do you guys prevent, at least stop these teams from making those playoff runs and winning their 4th game in a row?
Just cut the head off. I think Andre Emmett has been key for them. Just slowing him down a little bit. I know we ain't gonna be able to stop him, but just slowing him down, making him work for his baskets, and just coming out here and playing the type of basketball we played the last couple games.
You are watching All About the BIG3. We'll be right back right after this.
Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com. You can get league and team apparel, including jerseys, jackets, hats, and more. Store.big3.com.
Corey Maggette has power rolling thick in their pursuit of a second straight Big 3 title. But Amar'e Stoudemire and Tri-State are hell-bent on taking the defending champs down.
Download the Big 3 app in the App Store and Google Play Store. Exclusive content, stats, highlights, merch, everything you want to know about the Big 3, download the Big 3 app and get it.
A huge Big 3 record was set. 33 points for the one and only Will Bynum of Bivouac. Check him out. He was on fire.
Bynum versus Session. This is Chicago versus SoCal. Oh, and he's cooking with grease.
Oh, wow. He lives for situations like that.
Bynum on Watson. Bynum brought the hot hand home to Chicago. Bynum and Watson.
Uh-oh.
Bynum gets a step and gets the bucket.
Quick little as he switches gears, goes right by Watson, and he's going to go right back at him.
Good screen, Smith.
There you go.
Use it again.
Set the screen.
Bynum drops it on Smith. Oh, yeah, do all the talking you need.
That's why he was smiling, man.
Pulls it on.
Come on, Will Bynum.
It is shakedown street time.
Come on, Will Bynum is not playing fair in the game. Will Bynum, one-on-one, the herky-jerky move. Will Bynum, game point. That's the way it should be. It's only fitting. The Chicago kid doing his hometown proud.
After he broke the Big 3 record with 33 points, I got a chance to go one-on-one with Bivouac's Will Bynum.
Yo, how you feeling right now, Will Bynum?
I feel normal, the same way I always feel. I don't get up too high or too low. I stay consistent and keep preparing and keep grinding every day.
Well, you had Allstate Arena on their feet. You had everybody at the edge of the seats. You had all the Big 3 fans. I know you take it one game at a time, but let me tell you something, man. You are making a huge impact for your team and the Big 3. Congratulations to you, brother. Okay, yo, you just said a Big 3 record as well, Will Bynum. 33 points. Congratulations to you, man. Showcasing your skills. How's that make you feel?
Thanks a lot. I mean, it's the same with me. I'm going to come out tomorrow and continue to keep working, keep recovering, keep going through therapy and try to get my ribs right. And just take it one day at a time, approaching, the following week because we got a bye coming up. So, I'm definitely going to be prepared, man. I'm ready.
Bivouac put it down on the Killer Threes, giving them their third loss of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, here is coach of Bivouac right after their victory, Reggie Evans.
Congratulations, Coach Theus. 4-3 Bivouac. How you feeling right now, man?
I was a little nervous before the game because, Will had been out for a couple of weeks because he was injured. But little fella came back and played. Hometown, 33 league record now.
Setting a Big 3 record.
Yeah, how about that?
No, you know what? I mean, but he had just an entire package of game, assists, defense. He did it all tonight, man.
Well, our team is when guys get it going on our team, everybody keeps feeding them. So tonight it was Will, and last night it was Josh. So it's been a good thing. And now we got to just take care of our business. We're off. We got a bye week next week. If we win the following, we got probably going to be in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And let me ask you this. You guys took on a huge team in the Big 3, Killer Threes, led by Steven Jackson, Captain Jack. Does that give you guys even more momentum beating a team like Killer Threes?
Well, first of all these guys know each other, and they work out together, so they had their own little thing going on. But I was this is a very good team. They have 3 guys that can shoot the ball, but I thought defensively C.J. Leslie did a great job on Jack. Then Josh did his thing around the basket. Early in the game, Josh made like 3
Oh, yeah, he was on fire.
Yeah, he was on fire. So then Will took over after that. So it was just a team effort.
Aliens had a huge victory against Three's Company. Here's what Brandon Rush had to say right after the game.
Man, this coming from this week, got us shooting a lot of jumpers, and they started to fall from tonight. And Greg played well. Everybody played well tonight. So does the team win.
Joe Johnson and triplets are absolutely unstoppable. Check out Step Back Joe hitting that game-winning 4-point shot.
They can win it with a 4-point shot. Johnson wants it for the win. He's got it! ISO Joe! Wow! The triplets have won it in Milwaukee. Step back, going left, out of bounds. 4-point shot. Got me out of my seat, Ed.
They are now 6-1. They are in first place. Check out what Coach Lisa Leslie has to say right after the game with her winning team, Triplets.
Oh my gosh. It was such a tough game, and I'll tell you, hats off to the three-headed monsters. They're a very physical team. They try to make it an ugly game, and we talked to the guys, and I say, we're gonna have to win ugly, but you know what? Give so much credit to every single player we have. And we said in the timeout we need a 4-pointer to win, and Joe just, ISO Joe does what he does, and that's knock down 4-pointers and win games.
Celebs were all over the building in Chicago. Here's what Don and Ryan of the Black Ink crew had to say right after the game, right here at the Big 3.
Black Ink crew, what are you guys doing here in Chicago, man, with the Big 3, brother? We'll start with you, Don.
Man, I'm just I'm enjoying the fact that we are a part of something that's showing Chicago in a positive light. It's a great opportunity, man. Had to come out and see my big bro EC play. A lot of family. Will Bynum was out here, man. So it was just a great experience to see Chicago doing this thing.
Ryan, how'd you feel about the Big 3? What was the experience like out here?
Oh, man, it's great, man. It's hard to root for both teams, man, when you know everybody, you know what I'm saying? Got my bro EC on one team, got Bynum on the other team, you know what I mean? So, like I say, it was just for the family, man, you know what I mean? So it was something good for the city.
Ghost Ballers, Mike Taylor on the floor right after their big victory, and you gotta love that he brought out the fans.
Yeah, I got my family from Milwaukee here. You know what I'm saying? We traveled a long way. Got about 40 tickets, got my family. You know what I'm saying? Tailor-made representing. I said we was the only team that didn't play pick and roll basketball for the first 6 weeks. Now we got that addition, and you see how easy we get, you know what I'm saying, drops and slips going to the basket. Now we can really play, you know what I'm saying, basketball with my energy, with Scales coming off the bench. Already got Mike Bibby and Ricky Davis rolling, so, you know what I'm saying? We right here where we need to be. We finna make this playoff push. You know what I'm saying? And see everybody in New Orleans.
Big 3 MVP Corey Maggette had some words to say after his game-winning shot for team power.
Well, it felt good to hit the shots, definitely at home. It's the second year in a row that I've done it. Overall, we're excited about the win. Our team played extremely well. Later in the game, early, we was like sluggish a little bit, but we got to give a lot of credit to what Big Baby did, the force inside, and as well as Coach Nancy really providing us the leadership. Quentin Richardson hit some big buckets, and our team has been great.
It was a great weekend for the Big 3 in Chicago and Milwaukee. Check out these dope plays of the week.
Offensively, and now he makes an on-time, on-target pass to Scalabrine. White Mamba.
Moves on both sides. Corey Maggette left alone, couldn't take advantage. Big Baby finds Corey.
Strategy to defend Brandon Rush at this rate. Blocked away by Odin.
Fly feet. Goes Johnson. Goes ballin'.
Hawkins fakes, offloads for the win. Trilogy's got it. James White, goodbye Milwaukee.
Built for comebacks. Davis spins, big, baby, wipe it out.
Oh, he loved it.
Okay, so we got a counter punch coming. There's a lot. There's Amar'e. The hops are still there for Mr. Stoudemire. Maggette into the hands.
Perry Jones with the windmill. Come on, Perry pulling out dunk contest dunks in game.
May not be much of a hitter, but I guarantee you I can steal some bags.
Hold
down
up.
the baseline.
Hold up. He put it right through the 5-hole on Taylor. Nate Robinson having too much fun.
They can win it with a 4-point shot. Johnson wants it for the win. He's got it! ISO Joe! Wow! The triplets have won it in Milwaukee. 4-point shot. Got me out of my seat, Ed.
It's the Big 3 on CBS.
You are watching All About the Big 3 right here on the CBS Sports Network. We got more for you right after this.
Yeah, what's up? This your homeboy Ice Cube, and y'all know what it is. I'm bringing the Big 3 to your city. That's right, hard-nosed, competitive 3-on-3 basketball done at the pro level in your town. Where you gonna be when the Big 3 is in your city? I know I'm gonna be there, and I expect to see you in the place, baby.
It's about that time for my favorite part of the show with my favorite kid, Lisa Leslie's son, MJ2. He has some really cool questions for some of your favorite Big 3 players. MJ2, it's on you.
You know what I do? It's MJ2. And today I have a question for Avery Johnson. My favorite pet is a cat and a dog, so what's your favorite pet?
What's up, MJ2? This Coach Avery. My favorite pet is a Labrador Retriever. That's my dream, but I only have a 4-pound Maltese. It's my wife's dog.
And I have a question for Drew Gooden. My favorite place to chill is by the pool. So what's yours?
What up, MJ2? It's Drew Gooden here, man. You know, the question is where I like to chill and like to relax. My favorite place, Turks and Caicos. You heard it, Drake said it first.
Big 3 is all about the kids. Young 3 headed out to Chicago with the president of the Young 3, JYD, Jerome Junkyard Dog Williams.
All about the Big 3, CBS Sports Network, Broadway Jones, president of the Young 3, JYD. We're in Chicago this week, man.
It's the Chi-Town, man. I had to show him some reverse flavor, you know, on the Young 3. You had to do it.
You got to do it. And you know what? Go ahead. Take it away.
It's your boy Jeremiah, and we're representing the Young 3.
Now let them know what we got to do, man.
Roll the tape.
Ooh.
Hard work can pay off. I've been balling on this court and I don't take a day off. They step in front of me thinking they can check me, they lost. I go past to the glass, sidestep, take off. I've been balling since a youngin', homie, it's in my blood. Wasn't with me in the gym, I got this out the mud. Everybody don't make it, boy, this come from above. And I'm still here, they threw the pain and the love. Yeah, I pray for nights like this. I told them to ice my wrist. I got mama crib, I told her write that list. I had to see the love, and I see the haters, wow. Big 3, that's on me, make them throw in the towel. Big 3, young 3, that's on me. 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 That's on me, that's on me, that's on me. Big 3, that's on me, that's on me.
What's up? We're the Big 3 dancers, and you're watching All About the Big 3 on CBS Sports Network.
It's about that time for our Big 3 guest of the week. I have the pleasure and honor of sitting down one-on-one with Tri-State's Amar'e Stoudemire. It's coming up right after this.
When things wasn't going my way, when the cards wasn't dealt the way that I felt like they should be, I didn't throw my hand in. I just figured out how I had to move these cards around to best fit my vision and my purpose.
What is it about Milwaukee? What needs to change?
You know, Milwaukee was leading the nation in murders, and I've been one of the ones to, you know what I'm saying, figure out the way out of the maze. That's what I feel like my purpose is, to help my area with opportunity and to know that there is a way out.
Look, if this was easy street, different story. That's
Right.
not always the case for everybody.
Exactly. I don't know how to give up. If we lose, I'm gonna figure out what we gotta do to win. As long as I can give my all, I know that I've done what I was supposed to do. Every single time I stepped out on that court, every time I step out on any court, whether it's the playground, whether it's shooting ball with my son, like, I'm gonna do my all. Everybody loves basketball, but this is just the court that I choose to, you know what I'm saying, to dwell in. But I feel like anybody can find their court.
Whatever your court is, find your role on that court and shine in your role.
And find your purpose and walk along your way. Regardless of what we go through, stuff still needs to be done. Looking at kids that still now that don't have shoes, let them know that somebody care about them. Or let them know that I'm paying you some attention, because they might not get that attention that they need at home. So we still got about 3-4 more shoes that we cooking up right now in the process. But yeah, this is what we do, man. Been in contact for like 3-4 years, just figuring out how we was gonna
And all these shoots tell a story.
Every shoot.
Yeah.
Everybody just saw his growth. It's phenomenal to watch, and I never dreamed that he would do the things that he's doing. You know, he's seeing the world. It's one thing to get off the block. This guy's got off the continent. He's seeing the world. It's beautiful to watch.
He's intense. Don't get me wrong, Mike is very intense. I don't care if he's eating, it's intense. And he's been imagining bringing the communities together forever. His dreams, his plans are all coming in. The big three happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's all coming together at the right time for him. You don't need to entertain him. He's the entertainment.
I believe if we can come together, a whole lot of things will change.
All the way live, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to be sitting next to this man. Hands down, one of my favorite Big Three players, Tri-State's Amar'e Stoudemire. How you feeling this afternoon, sir?
Feeling great, brother. Feeling amazing.
It's good to be sitting down with you. Like I said, man, I don't think not only are you one of my favorite Big Three players, NBA players of all time, but, you know, a lot of the fans that are watching Big Three right now are tuning in to see a superstar like Amar'e Stoudemire. What made Amar'e Stoudemire say, hey, you know what? Let me take it from NBA. Let me take it from the leagues that I'm playing. I see you play in Jerusalem. You play for a lot of teams where we weren't able to catch that, and now say, hey, let me take it to the Big Three.
Yeah, you know what? I played around the world, man. I played in Israel for 3 years. You know, playing high-level basketball is always the key for me. And then now to be able to also, you know, summertime ball and play in the Big Three, all the guys want to keep in shape anyways in the off-season, so why not play in a league that allows you to keep in top shape, play against other big-time players, and you get the best of both worlds.
Well, it's been a great addition to the Big Three. Who makes that call to Amar'e Stoudemire? How did that even come about? You know, you get a call from who, and you say to yourself, all right, let me check this out, and let me join this league, the Big Three.
I got a call from my guys when the league first started about playing in the Big Three and about, you know, getting involved in the Big Three. And at the time, I was making my decision to go play overseas. And so I went overseas and played, so I didn't play in the first season because I was overseas and I was focusing on professional basketball in that way. And then when I came back from that season, I joined Big Three season 2 last year. And so ever since then, I've been able to get going.
Now, I got to ask you this because you've been balling out. You've been one of the key players of the Big Three. You know, it seems like you have some of the most consistent games here with Tri-State and the Big Three. Do you go back and watch the games and examine yourself and trip out like, yo, man, Amar'e Stoudemire, I'm Amar'e Stoudemire, I still got game?
Yeah, no question, man. Sometimes we watch film just to go over what the pros and cons of the game. We're trying to win a championship. You know, we're trying to get to the playoffs and be able to compete for a championship. So you want to study the game of basketball. But when I do watch the footage, I realize that I can still play at a high level. And that's one of the main reasons why I'm trying to make a return to the NBA, because I still have great health. Body feels amazing. I still can play at a high level.
Speaking of returning to the NBA, how's that going for you right now? I mean, not to say too much because I don't know if it's under, you know, certain clause or things like that, but whatever you can tell us, please fill us in on that.
Right now, we're just in talks and conversations. Teams are still trying to figure out their roster positions, still trying to add players that they feel fit the team, and trying to create some young flow with young guys. And so I think, you know, there'll be a future, hopefully, in the NBA, but we'll see.
What can you say to the fans right now watching All About the Big Three on CBS Sports Network that don't know about the Big Three? They happen to stumble on this chat. They happen to stumble on this program right now. They've seen Amar'e Stoudemire. You know, what can you tell them about the game of the Big Three? The difference between the Big Three and the NBA? Of course, 3-on-3 basketball, 5-on-5. But I'm talking about the physicality of the game.
You know, it allows you to really see where you are physically, you know, as far as strength and health. And you can watch guys and see how they feel. And it's a good platform for guys to really get themselves ready for the playing overseas or NBA basketball. A lot of guys are taking this game very serious. They're focusing hard, and they work hard in the off season outside of the games to create an atmosphere where they can be successful on the court.
Nice, brother. Final question, man, because I know you got to go out there and get your workout on. But what's it been like being under the supervision, the coach, legendary Irving Dr. J. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's got to be the best, right?
Yeah, the vibe is right. The vibe is great, man. Hanging out with a legend like Dr. J, soaking up the game from him, and being able for him to critique your game to a level where you want to improve even more. The energy's great, and so you got to take advantage of that for sure.
Well, Amar'e, man, we wish you the best. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, our Big 3 guest of the week, all the way live right here on the CBS Sports Network, the one and only Tri-States, Amar'e Stoudemire. We'll be right back right after this.
Get official Big 3 merch at store.big3.com. You can get league and team apparel, including jerseys, jackets, hats, and more. Store.big3.com.
Rick Mahorn has continued his bad boy legacy as the enemy's head coach, and he definitely doesn't plan on making any friends when the enemies take on Rashard Lewis and the three-headed monsters.
Download the Big 3 app in the App Store and Google Play Store. Exclusive content, stats, highlights, merch, everything you want to know about the Big 3, download the Big 3 app and get it.
It's about that time to break down Week 8 of the Big 3 as we head on over to Miami, Florida, American Airlines Arena. To my right, former NBA world champion. No better person to fill in for my dude, Thomas Scott, the one and only Tracy Murray. Thank you so much for joining us, Tracy.
Well, shoot, thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure.
All right, we're heading on over to Miami, Florida, American Airlines Arena. Enemies taking on three-headed monsters. 3-3 enemies, 2-4 three-headed monsters. Tracy Murray, break this game down.
Well, shoot, the enemies everything is around Gilbert Arenas. So if he's able to create offense for them, then it's easy buckets for Craig Smith and all the rest of the guys that are feeding off of him. But Gilbert is the key to that. Now, when you're talking about the three-headed monster, you got Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everything runs through him. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf has been shooting the heck.
Balling. He had a great game last week.
And Gary Payton's going to push those guys. Their backs are against the wall. So they need, right now, serious wins down the stretch to try to make a playoff run.
And it didn't look too good for three-headed monsters last week. I mean, we had a nail-biting game. All fans were at the edge of their seats, and then boom, triplets. Joe Johnson hits that four-point shot to take the game and the win, man.
ISO Joe! Come on, man, you can't guard Joe Johnson.
Let's move forward. Tri-State 2-4 taking on the 2018 Big 3 champions, Power 5-1. Tracy Murray, let us know.
That's going to be a tough one. I think Power's definitely got momentum. They're the champs. Nancy Lieberman's doing her thing with them. Big baby. No one can stop him on the inside. I mean, for a guy so big, he has real light feet, and he can move around or he can go through.
Man, he's surprising so many fans out there. Like, he still got it. He still got it, right?
Yeah, he can play. And then you add Corey Maggette, who is the captain, of course, who can score.
MVP.
He's definitely a former MVP. Katino Mobley, who can still play for people who didn't know that. Don't let the gray hair fool you. He can play. And, when you have that experience on the team that's used to playing with each other, too. Quentin Richardson, they all played together with the Clippers.
Yeah.
So when you have that experience of playing together, it's a natural chemistry.
You gotta love it. Okay, man, final game of the evening. Ghost Ballers, 3-3, taking on Trilogy, 4-2, of course, coached by the one and only Kenyon Martin. Tracy Murray, break it down.
Well, Trilogy is definitely on a run right now. Their chemistry's gotten a lot better. They made different changes. They got Samuels, and they have Quintel Woods.
Nice. Great pickup for them.
Great pickup. You got a defender, a guy that can put the ball on the floor and create and score the basketball. Carlos Arroyo is my man. That was my teammate in Toronto. He can play. And, of course, you got Flight White. Flight, he doesn't just fly. He can score the basketball. He can shoot it from three. So you have a nice mix of chemistry there with those guys, and they got good momentum going down the stretch.
I can see this as game of the week. Ghost Ballers really need this victory, and Trilogy being on a 3-game winning streak, it'd be nice to see them win 4 in a row also,
Of course. Now you're threatening the guys at the top. You're threatening Power. You're threatening the triplets. And it's like, hey, I'm nipping at your feet now. So you have some competitiveness at the top leading into the playoffs.
And that, exactly. So my next question for you is, as we get closer to the playoffs, how do you see the top contendership of the Big 3? Who you see moving forward?
forward along the weeks to come?
Well, those three teams that we talked about, but you got to keep an eye on Bivouac because Reggie Thea's got those guys doing things. Can you say Will Bynum?
Oh, my God.
Will the Thrill Bynum, 33 points out of 50.
I mean, setting a Big 3 record, and we're going to get into that later on in the show. I mean, but this is just, he's playing spectacular ball, right?
Can no one guard him? You think no one can guard Joe Johnson? No one can guard Will Bynum. Nobody.
Well, look, man, former NBA champ Tracy Murray, I want to thank you so much for joining us, being a part of this, filling in for my man Thomas Scott. We'll be right back with more all about the Big 3 right here on the CBS Sports Network right after this.
Yay.
Yeah, what's up? This your homeboy Ice Cube, and y'all know what it is. I'm bringing the Big 3 to your city. That's right, hard-nosed, competitive 3-on-3 basketball done at the pro level in your town. Where you gonna be when the Big 3 is in your city? I know I'm gonna be there, and I expect to see you in the place, baby.
Here are the lovely dancers for the Big 3.
Hey, it's your boy Tattoo, all about the Big 3 right here on the CBS Sports Network, and I'm with the lovely Big 3 dancers every single week, every single game. They're out there working their butts off, and you know what? It's only right that we give them some highlight and profile them. What's your name?
Brittany. Jessica. Loris. Tatiana. Jamonica. Kayleen.
And you know what? What's been so great about the Big 3?
Doing what we love for this great basketball league. It's very exciting.
And what do you think? How's the season been so far?
This is a really great season. A lot of exciting games. A lot of buzzer beaters. Great games.
Who's your favorite team?
Trilogy.
And how about yours?
Power.
Okay, and you're wearing the Ball Hogs jersey, right? Hey, you know what? I just wanted to take the time for all the fans right now that are watching on CBS Sports Network, of course, from the entire team here at the Big 3, to say thank you to you beautiful ladies for working so hard at doing what you do, and you girls do it absolutely amazing. Can I get a little dance from you ladies? Come on, give me a dance. Hey, you know what? Your boy Tattoo, CBS Sports Network, all about the Big 3. God, I love this job.
They can win it with a 4-point shot. Johnson wants it for the win. He's got it! ISO Joe! Wow! The triplets have won it in Milwaukee.
Step back, going left, out of bounds. 4-point shot. Got me out of my seat, Ed.
I want to thank you so much for watching this episode of All About the Big 3. Make sure you're following us on our social media at the Big 3. For tickets to Miami, Florida, big3.com/tickets. Of course, I got to thank Snoop Dogg and this amazing compound, our guest of the week, Amar'e Stoudemire, and filling in for Thomas Scott, former NBA champion, Tracy Murray. From the entire team here at All About the Big 3, I'm your host, Tattoo. We'll see you next week right here on the CBS Sports Network.